This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Bev's Video Kingdom is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Bev's Video Kingdom really is brought to you by...
What the fuck?
What's up, dude?
One of my renters broke the toilet again. That dude takes giant shits. Now I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Why don't you hire a property management company or something to take care of that stuff?
Because they suck, and they take 10%.
You know, our dude Hank owns and manages Heritage Realty Partners. I think he said he only charges 5%, and he visits each property at least once a month.
That's right. He's always posting beers from the road. You have his number?
Actually, I do. His personal number is 805-451-5734.
Perfect. Now he can deal with my renter's big shits.
Heritage Realty Partners.
For all your property management and investment needs.
Let's start this thing.
You gotta...
Fell asleep at the wheel over there.
You know, hey, people that listen to the beginning of the show, they don't get to catch, if they don't go to the end.
They got that solo.
Hear that Scotchback just wailing.
I just forgot that shit doesn't do automatic like it's supposed to.
Like a 6.5 minute solo at the end of the...
What is happening, Bev's Video Kingdom? You're back. Following on last week's The Hangover episode, we're doing the most memorable Vegas movie scenes draft. Coming at you. Everybody's looking a little worried right now.
Well, we took that trip to Vegas, and it was a little wild.
Had to do some research.
Yeah,
we did kill at least 2 people.
Okay.
I won't say anything about their profession.
That's what I'm so afraid you're gonna say.
Or anything about their particular identities. Just want to leave it there. Okay, so
that's so wild.
So we're.
I didn't think we were going to talk about that on the pod.
Well, you know what? I didn't say anything that would indict us specifically.
No incriminating evidence.
That's right. Prove it. Okay.
Judge, when I said we killed 2 people.
It was being metaphorical. We killed the Jack and the Queen of Diamonds. Okay. So let's talk
We
Vegas
killed the
stuff.
Bellagio and Caesars.
So first of all, how do y'all feel about Vegas?
Well, it depends on when you ask this question. You ask me now, it's like, I've had some rough times there, and I went there about a year ago for a bachelor party. It was fun, but I'm just done.
I remember
Too old.
I remember talking to you, Scott, when you came back, and you were just talking about like the prices of single drinks and food, and it's just so crazy.
Well, and because time is a flat circle here on BVK, I may have or may will be. Is that? Can you say may will be?
Sure.
You can say it.
I'm going to say that may will be spending six nights in Vegas.
That's way too many
That's
nights.
way too many nights.
And here's the thing, and here's why this is bad, is because the first half is a work conference, and I'll be with some of my colleagues who I really like, and we'll have a good time. And then at the halfway point, fresh reinforcements come in.
Okay.
And that's what's going to kill me.
Is it the fantasy football draft?
No, it's just friends just coming into town because we were supposed to do a trip that didn't work out in the spring. So this is the makeup trip. And so it's going to be a Friday, and I'm going to be ready to get the fuck out of Vegas.
Yeah.
And these guys are going to come in fresh, just like, Vegas, fuck yeah. And I'm going to be like, oh my Lord, I got to hang now for 3 more days.
And that's exactly how it was for me the last time, because we literally got there like on the Wednesday, and we went pretty hard the first couple nights, and then guys were coming in each night, fresh dudes like that were just only going to do a couple days or whatever. Those guys were just fucking ready to go, and I'm just like, I just can't, man. I'm hurting.
Yeah. So if I'm still alive, then I guess I made it through. And if I'm not, then hey.
Yeah, Vegas is a weird place because it's
Spread my ashes over the Hoover Dam, I guess. I don't know.
Vegas is a really weird place because it's like there's a sweet spot of like less than 72 hours, I think, where it's like super fun. And
That's,
then like,
dude, right on my.
Yeah, but it's
I did Vegas in less than 24 one time. I legit was in Vegas. It was like $25 Allegiant Air flights, and I came and met Nate with a backpack for like a night.
Forgot about
and
that.
then bounced. I was
they
just
just
like,
left.
yeah,
If you can do that,
That's perfect.
that's not bad. If you can go recover at home.
yeah. It was less than 24 hours. I was legit in town, and it was wonderful.
See, I actually think 72 is too many.
That's what I mean. It's somewhere less than that because I think you always think like we're gonna go for freaking 4 days, and then it's like no. It's too long.
I think you need. I think the exact number of hours that's correct for Vegas is 56.
Sounds
Okay.
about 2.5.
Right, you need to land at like noon
Right.
on a day, and you need to leave 2 days later at like 7 in the evening, because in that third day needs to be committed to like you're going to get the late checkout, you're going to sleep until 1 or 2.
Right.
You're going to get yourself to the airport in time to like maybe even like 54 hours. Like you don't want more than 2 nights in Vegas, but you want a good long runway up on the first night, and you want a long sleep on the third day.
And it's not a long flight, but it's never fun. Like the flight home,
It's horrible.
Oh god.
It's always interesting to me. There's like, I mean, we're really legit like a 2-hour flight from Vegas. So it's like for us,
Less, an hour and 15.
Yeah,
hour and a half.
something a little bit less than that. But it's just like weird that I always forget it's a destination for people across the United States, across the world that like are like coming to that spot. And I was like, I can't imagine taking a 15-hour flight to Vegas.
Even a 4-hour flight.
The flight back.
Back.
Oh, Jesus. That is just the worst nightmare.
Doing layovers on coming back from Vegas and just like running through an
dude.
airport trying to catch a flight.
And the worst thing you can ever lie to yourself about, and for all you youngsters that are listening to us, you're going to tell yourself sometimes, you know what, our first night we're just going to chill, and then you're
never gonna
Saturday
do
we're
that.
going to hit it hard. The first night you get in Vegas,
You
will
always go hard.
balls out, no
Always.
matter what. It just happens that way.
And the thing
you
is,
can't control yourself.
I mean, we're old now, so I'm sure they're, I don't handle any of these kinds of like partying situations well, but like, there's no way not to, like, you are going to hit the wall. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even in 2 nights, like it's gonna like the day 3, so like I know there's a possibility of recovery if you're young enough, but like I hear people say they're gonna go for like 5 days to Vegas, and I'm just like, what are you even gonna do for the last 2 days? You're gonna die.
It sounds
Gentlemen,
terrible.
like I said, I'm either dead, in jail, or somehow I'm just hanging on by a string.
all I know is I'm going to get a lot of funny memes and videos on Instagram from Brad.
Probably
And
true.
we'll play a little bit of Drunk or Sleepy with Brad.
Yeah.
And
Did you guys know that? That's a new game. That's a new game because
Bad drunk,
when,
Brad's
when
sitting
I'm
memes.
sitting in Instagram Reels, it's either I'm drunk or I'm sleepy. I'm either in bed or I'm drunk. So
All right, so let's do this.
Good game.
We're doing most memorable Vegas scenes and movies, and I need a draft order. Bradford.
well, I don't think we've even announced what day it is today. Like, I mean, do we know?
I know it was the
Do you have a question?
Monday, and then there's Tuesday, and
And then there's
one day.
draft day
we'll,
comes after Tuesday.
We'll get that transition nice and seamless someday.
I thought that
I
was
thought it
pretty
was
good.
tremendous.
A Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, draft day. Okay. All right. So, do we have a draft order?
We do. So, yeah. Got a little story.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Vegas.
I just sneeze really good.
It is
We all
allergy
have.
season. It's beautiful.
Oh, let's go.
All right, so the spacious suite is adorned with flashy lights and plush furnishings, showcasing the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas. Brad, Scotch, Nate, and Zach, the energetic hosts of the Best Video Kingdom podcast, are gathered around a large circular table, scattered with movie DVDs and a bowl of popcorn. They're dressed in their wildest Vegas attire, ready to determine the draft order for their upcoming episode. Brad, a charismatic and slightly reckless host, holds a deck of cards with mischievous delight. All right, fellas, it's time to determine our draft order in true Vegas style. Whoever draws the highest card goes first and so on. But first, we need some drinks. Nate, go fetch us some martinis. Nate, the more reserved. Nate, the more reserved
man of my time.
The more reserved and responsible member of the group gives Brad a skeptical look. Are you sure we start drinking so early, Brad? Come on, Nate. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? Don't worry. We'll pace ourselves. It's all for the podcast. Nate reluctantly heads towards the minibar. As he reaches for a bottle of vodka, a gust of wind sweeps through the open window, scattering their draft picks written on slips of paper all over the suite. Zach, the self-proclaimed movie buff, starts chasing after the flying slips of paper. Quick, everyone, catch the picks before they disappear into the Vegas abyss. Scotch, the lovable goofball, dives onto the couch attempting to snatch a draft pick midair, but ends up face planting onto a bowl of popcorn instead. Oops. Popcorn shower, anyone?
What is happening?
Meanwhile, Nate returns with a tray of martinis, but just as Brad jumps onto the suite's roulette table, sliding across it in an exaggerated manner. Come on, Lady Luck, guide my hand. Brad grabs a handful of cards from the deck and haphazardly throws them into the air. The cards flutter and spin, creating a whirlwind of color and chaos. As the cards settle, Nate and Zach rush to gather them while Scotch continues to munch on popcorn.
Checks out.
You guys
Still lying on the couch.
Card pickup.
Nate examines the cards and looks at the others with a grin. All right, the draft order is determined. Who's first, Nate? Don't leave us in suspense. First pick goes to Zach.
God damn.
Zach, covered in popcorn crumbs and grinning widely, jumps up triumphantly. Yes, I'm going to snatch up the best Vegas movie scene ever. Nate continues to read the results, revealing the draft order one by one. Second pick goes to Brad. Brad pumps his fist in the air, exchanges a high five with Zach. Third pick goes to Scotch.
Oh, shit.
Scotch, still covered in popcorn, jumps up with a cheer, scattering kernels everywhere. And last but not least, I'll take the fourth pick. The hosts exchange excited glances, eager to delve into their favorite Vegas movie scenes.
That was a fucking crazy story.
That was a wild ride.
Story.
Nothing says Vegas like DVDs and popcorn.
Just a fucking face plant into the popcorn. We have a roulette table in our room.
And I was spinning on it. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Oh, that was wild.
I will say that one took me a while to like kind of get the feel out. It was so confused multiple times. ChatGPT was a struggle.
The most realistic part was Nate making like craft cocktails and then coming back with them on a tray.
Me asking for martinis. I don't know about that.
I do like popcorn.
All right. Well, we got a draft order, and that would be, again, Zach, Brad, Scotch, and Nate.
I believe that I have won my only draft this year from the Ribbity Wrap. So
Four pick. Okay.
Scott's got the coveted third.
Coveted third.
Yeah, that's a.
Will I break
It's
the
a
trend?
tough one. It's a tough one.
So,
All right.
do I just go? Do I just start? Do
Sure.
I just start us off?
you just say a scene.
Let's
first-
just rapid
first time
fire 'em.
draft.
We'll just as fast as we can do the draft. It's just boom, 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 boom.
Oh, that's not going to work for me on this one. I've got about 4 picks, and I think they're going to be gone. But so, one of my favorite authors wrote a book called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and they made it into a movie with Johnny Depp. And while it is a good movie, I like it. It's not the greatest movie of all time, but it has some really cool visuals. And I think the best Vegas scene for me is when Raoul Duke, Hunter S. Thompson, Johnny Depp gets out of the car and he's sort of walking into the casino and he sees the people and they're kind of like turning into lizards, and they're like all these like crazy lizard people, and the floor is like coming alive and moving, and he's just trying to get through the lobby. He's on like mescaline or something, just trying to get up to his room. And it's really, really cool visuals, really funny, and just over the top and ridiculous. And that's my favorite Vegas scene of a very short list of favorite Vegas scenes. So
When he's at that like the hotel, like he's like, I have a ticket and a receipt for the room. He's just trying to keep his composure.
Literally can't fucking form sentences and have a normal conversation.
And every time he looks around, like the people's faces are like just freaking out, lizards, and then like the floor. Oh god, it's such a good scene.
One of my favorite things is that at one point there was like circulating somebody did a news article on Hunter when he was like 60 years old, and they had like everything that he eats and puts in his body during the day, and it was like Hunter wakes up at like 2 p.m. and smokes a cigarette, does a bump of cocaine, injects some mescaline, eats some toast, smokes 2 more cigarettes, drinks 3 highball martinis, 4 beers, fucking does some heroin, does like 8 bumps of cocaine, and he's like 60 something years old, and it like goes all the way until like fucking 4 a.m. and then he goes to sleep and then gets up at 2 p.m. the next day and does the whole thing again. And at some point at like 11 p.m. it's like starts writing. And he's like been doing amazingly hard drugs all day, and then he like starts writing.
Oh, Hunter S.
Yeah.
All right. That's and I will say it's kind of off the table now. I don't think I'm going to take another scene from it, but I was thinking the carousel, when it's like in the little circle carousel bar. Yeah. He's trying to like stay on it.
Dude.
He's trying to get Dr. Gonzo off of it. It's so fucked up.
So ridiculous.
All right. So I appreciate that. That's a good pick, but it leaves me I don't know. This is arguable.
You're getting a good pick at number 2.
It's very difficult to say what the actual like best Vegas scene is.
It's hard. Yeah.
I don't know if there's a consensus number 1, but I think one, and this is actually when I was talking with my family, like this kind of came up. In fact, I think my daughter shouted it out. I was like, there you go. I think that's the right one. Ocean's 11 by the Bellagio, because it just gives you that feel. Yeah. It's got the
You're talking about the fountains at the end.
The fountains at the end in front of the Bellagio.
That's the correct one.
You got them all lined up. I think it's called Claire de Lune or something like that is the song that's playing, and it's just a peaceful little song. They're reminiscing on like fuck.
Where it's the end, right?
Yeah.
Like,
we just fucking took down the Bellagio. We took down the biggest hotel here that people thought we couldn't do it.
Because you can't really take the heist because it's like.
It's like half the movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's like too long of a scene, right?
Yeah, no. I think the Bellagio Fountains is like so iconic and like it's a romantic version of Vegas.
Yeah, my favorite part is when Brad Pitt and George Clooney start making out, like at the very end when they're the only two left, and then
that's after the credits.
Yeah, he starts giving him like a gritty hand job right next to the fountain.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part.
And then people like tossing dollar bills down their feet like while they're doing it. It's like pretty cool.
They're like, people just walk by that shit. They're like, George Clooney's giving Brad Pitt a hand job, and people they're just like, Vegas, baby.
You like bat you bat your eyes like twice. You're like, yeah, I guess it's Vegas. Whatever happens here stays in Vegas.
I think that was Cake by the Ocean's 11 was the name of that film.
Okay,
Cake by the Ocean. Oh, can we address that? Have you heard the song Cake by the Ocean?
I don't know.
Cake by the Ocean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What the fuck? You guys haven't heard that? Cake
okay, so I haven't.
Is this like a modern song that's pop right now?
Yeah,
it's like newish. I mean, for like 65-year-old guys like us, it's like we're probably like
5 years old.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what it means? Cake by the Ocean.
No clue.
Cake by the Ocean? You don't have to look up the song. Just like listen to the words that I'm saying and think about it, Brad. Cake by the Ocean. What would that mean?
Sweet treat.
full of sand.
Frosting.
There's sand.
And I'm by the ocean with a little salt.
So we were informed that cake by the ocean means eating butthole. Period. Because your cake would be butt, and the ocean is sometimes the vagina smells fishy, and so you would be eating cake by the ocean.
You get
would
the
be
sweet
like
treat
eating butthole
by the tuna factory.
Well, that's
this is like a popular song.
This was the claim that's what the song meant, and I was like,
according to Google or according
to my co-host Nate. And I was like, is that really what it means?
I mean, there is in the last like 10 years, there's been like a big eating ass and it's kind of been like, yeah, do your duty.
It's always been there. It's just being
I think it's more celebrated now. Yeah. But if people are celebrating in song and using metaphors, I liked it.
That song that says like when he says that she eats the booty like groceries.
Hey.
Yeah. Good God. That fucking makes me laugh every time.
All right.
Eat the booty like groceries.
Oh, jeez. Scotch Beck.
Yeah.
Welcome to the third pick.
That was a tangent.
Yeah, third pick.
Welcome to the third pick.
Well, you know what? The hard part, I think, is picking the right scene, but I'm going to wear the t-shirt right out of the gate.
Okay.
Take The Hangover.
This is
where I'm like,
what scene
do we go with? This is the big question.
I think you got to go the morning after when they wake up with the room trashed and the camera and just like and revealing everything and the tiger and all that stuff.
So I really struggled because I love that part. And
I have a couple written down and it's like I think either one of them are fine or all of them are fine. I don't know.
There's only one that I think is arguably like that's a cool scene,
right?
And fucking the guy His just tooth is gone.
Right.
And fucking there's a tiger in the bathroom. What's his name's wearing a belly shirt with no fucking
No pants.
With no pants.
He's pissing. All of a sudden he turns and he's pissing on the floor, looking at the tiger. He just kind of turns back.
That's definitely the right scene.
It's kind of the quintessential like bachelor party, like wake up the next morning.
It just sets up the movie because like, what the fuck happened?
Well, and for me, like the suite is so like quintessential Vegas. Like there's no place else where that suite is meaningful the way that it is in Vegas. You walk in one of those suites. We used to go to Vegas and we would get a very poor man's version of, but a still killer suite like that. Not that baller, but like, but it was like at the Planet Hollywood, you know, there's this like big round.
The panoramic suite. We had a pool table.
You'd walk in the double doors and like you'd see the wall of windows and it straight up felt like Vegas.
You're looking at the Caesars, Bellagio. And
you
all
can see
that
the fountains
stuff.
and shit. Yeah.
It was an incredible view. And it definitely gives that vibe. Now, I think the other thing you're hitting on, Nate, is that when you have a suite, it doesn't feel like anybody's property versus if that's somebody's house, you're like, that's fucking sure. Somebody's got to clean. Like, I don't know why you're just a little bit less. It's like, it's a hotel suite. It's not that big of a deal. It's not anybody's like actual property.
Right.
I mean, even though some people have to clean that shit up.
You always have the guy that's like, oh, they're like, oh, you should clean that up. And he's like, oh, so, you know, somebody's going to clean that up. And you're like, oh, you don't want to have the other people clean that up. It's like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't want them to do their jobs.
Yeah. I know.
It's like, all right, bro.
Fun conversation.
You shouldn't shit on the ground either way, whether somebody's getting paid to clean it up or not.
Right.
And there's always a dude that's walking around with his dick out. Like the next morning, there's always a dude that's like just fucking got his dick out. At least maybe with my friend.
Never happened once.
That dude might be me.
All right, just for draft, I want to make sure that everybody's got. So, Zach, you took Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I put Raoul Duke, Lizard People, Moving Floor.
I think that's clear.
I put for myself Ocean's 11, Bellagio Fountains, post heist scene, The Hangover, Waking Up in the Suite.
Yeah,
does that work for you?
I think that works.
I put Trashed Hotel Reveal.
Yeah, that's close.
Or
enough.
either way, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna rippity rap. I'm gonna take with my first round pick. Rain Man.
Oh,
at the blackjack table.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
What I really wish, and I don't think I can take it because I think it's just split enough, but like I like them going down the escalators. So if I can have escalators and blackjack tables, I'll take that. But
and there's like a weird montage of like numbers like going in the background.
Ico playing.
I put escalator into blackjack scene.
I'll take that. Thank you. And then I'm gonna.
That's generous.
So this is a tough one because there's so many scenes, but I'm gonna take the movie Casino.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take.
Could be a few picks from this. I'm guessing.
I'm gonna take the scene where De Niro has him throw the cowboy out of the casino.
The shit kicker with his feet up on the table.
Yes.
Okay.
I just feel like that's like that sort of mob era, like
it's a good scene.
You know, casino hardcore kick you out thing. I don't know. There's in some ways like I'm not sure there's a one right answer from the movie, so I'm taking that one.
Can we go back to Rain Man really quick?
Yeah, always.
So he's driving that sick fucking Buick convertible.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a kid that
Very
we
good
used
driver.
we used to go hang in his.
Very good driver.
Yeah, we used to go hang in his grandparents' garage.
Very good driver.
And his grandparents were like super rich, and they had a freaking airplane and like a freaking like vintage like super old Corvette, and they had the fucking Rain Man car, like the exact Rain Man car, same color, dude. I mean, it had to be worth so much fucking money. It was such a cool looking car, dude. Such a cool looking car.
Anyways. See, I'm so not like. I don't watch like the little classic car shows where they're selling for like $900,000 and stuff, but it's like that type of car. I would have no clue. Like, is that worth $50,000?
I mean, I would say that car's worth like
$1,000. I don't know.
$500,000. I don't know. I have no idea. But if somebody told me it was worth $1 million, I would be like, oh yeah.
Which one's worth more, the Hangover one or the Rain Man one?
Oh, the
Hangover is the Mercedes, right?
Yeah,
it's got to be the Rain Man one, and I have no idea.
So yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. I have no clue comparatively on cars. Like which one would be worth.
If
more.
you take the value out of it, and you're like, which one would you want? I would take the Rain Man car for sure. It's so sick.
Gotcha.
It looks like a cartoon car. Sorry, go ahead.
Scotchy.
Okay. Okay. This one, there could be a few different scenes that would work in this movie, and maybe somebody will take another scene from it. But it definitely spawned something that like some vernacular, a word that a lot of people used, which is Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Damn it, dude.
You guys are pissed. I knew it. So them driving into Vegas.
We talking about
Vegas.
VV?
So swingers.
That's the scene you're taking them driving in.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's the right scene.
Because I mean, how many times? I mean, Vegas baby is what you say when you're fucking going to Vegas, dude. Vegas baby.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. And you're so money.
I was just about to say,
you're so money. All that shit.
but I think but you're so money is like another like your Vegas baby is that scene. Like
That's the scene.
they're driving in. Like,
and here's the very much like the undercurrent of that scene, which is great, is that so Vegas for LA people is about what 4.5, 5 hour drive.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so for us where we live, Reno was the drive.
Right.
You'd go to Reno. It was about a 3 hour drive, and they bring it so perfectly that when you first get in the car, you're just like, fuck yeah, you're like, we're going to fucking Reno, yeah, let's do this. And then you get about like halfway there, and everybody like they even show them. They're like yawning.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, okay, like when they're gonna get there, like now we're just kind of waiting, and then all of a sudden you see those lights,
in the
Vegas.
distance,
and then the spark
Vegas,
hits again, and then you're like, okay, yes, we know what we're doing now, and we're pumped up. Let's get the energy going. Love that shit.
great.
That's so good. Oh god damn it!
You think we'll be there by midnight? Baby, we'll be up 300 by midnight.
Give us the Rayman suite.
Oh, dude, I also like. I may have told this story before, but like I remember going to Vegas as like a younger man with like friends that had like, they're bringing $600, all the money they have to their name, with them to Vegas, and they're gonna be there. We're gonna be there 4 days, and they have $0 like 2 hours into the trip.
I mean, if any of you guys say you've never done that, you're lying.
That's it. That is the absolute like.
Yeah.
Oh God,
that happened to me one time. I was on a 3-day trip. It was a ski trip. I was in college. It was a fraternity thing, and fucking first night I had $300. That was all.
That was all you had, right?
Fucking gone within a couple hours. And I had this whole weekend to do, and all my buddies were there, my fraternity brother, and like, fuck, I didn't even know if I can go to the ATM and get money. I had nothing, and I had like $20 that I found, and I was like, shit, I guess I'll play video poker or whatever. I went downstairs. I was at the fucking Silver Legacy in Reno. Oh. And I put my money in, and I'm playing video poker. It can last for a while. At least I can stay for a while. And long story short, I was down towards the very bottom. I was almost put in one more fucking max hit. Royal Flush hits. And I got fucking $1,200.
Oh.
Boom.
Nice.
And then I fucking just started throwing money around that. I started playing games I never played before.
Baller.
I was big balling, and I went to blackjack that night, and I was playing like double hands, like 100, and I fucking rolled that up even more. And then eventually I just started being stupid and like buying everybody's shit, and I dropped it down to about $900.
But you still came home.
Came home with a ton of money.
You came home with money.
Your weekend, it just changed everything.
Everything. I was so depressed, and I woke up early on that first day. I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do all day and whatever. So.
I legit at one point came home from Vegas with enough money to like redo my backyard.
Oh shit!
At my old house on Bramble.
Oh wow!
I came home with
thousands
of dollars.
Let's fill out a tax form type of.
No, not quite.
Okay.
Fill out a tax form. I think it's like $9,000 or something. You have to fill out a tax form or something like that. I didn't come up with that much, but it was a lot.
Well, if you do it in pieces, you don't ever have to do a tax form. Like if you're doing it in like.
And I didn't win it all in one hand.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't Vegas, but a New Orleans casino. My first night there, I had $300 to my name, and I decided this is the time where it's going to be like, go big or go home.
Brad just put it all in black.
It was 3 hands of blackjack, $100 hands.
Lost all 3.
Lost. And that was, I knew I couldn't get money from the ATM. I was for like 24 hours, I was a bum, just being like, hey guys, can I get some food?
You gonna eat those French fries?
Oh, that was like 4:30 in the morning. That was bad judgment.
All right, Bradley, what's your second pick?
Okay, well, I knew where I was going to go, but now I'm going to have to do a little modifications here because I might come back. You never know. There's some movies here that I feel like there's some other scenes that can be chosen.
Right.
But I don't want to stick to that. So I'm going to go a different movie here, and we're going to go to... This is not by any means my favorite movie, and especially not my favorite movie in the series. But the Vacation series.
Oh, dude.
Are you kidding me? Did head to Vegas.
You shithead.
And,
Bro, I had a small list. And
it became a little war between We just not too long ago drafted the best like war scenes, and like, you know what? He went to war. Clark Griswold went to war against Wallace Shawn, and Wallace Shawn just talks shit the entire time, and it's just so beautiful watching him just get smoked. Like, because we've all had those dealers that are like, oh, so sorry, and like, when they get a little condescending with you, you're like, fuck you, like just turn the cards, quit talking shit, and Wallace Shawn just takes him to task, and he goes back, and he's like, why don't you just give me half the money, and we'll go out for drinks. He's like, I'll take you out of the parking lot and kick you in the nuts.
That's one of those movies that is just, from start to finish, is not great at all, but there's some scenes that are so good.
Well, you got Chevy Chase doing some great stuff. You've got our boy, our crazy person, what's his name? Cousin Eddie.
Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, they really went hard with him.
Yeah.
And he's just like the biggest cartoon of himself in that movie. Yeah. But yeah, Vegas Vacation, Chevy Chase going to head to head with Wallace Shawn.
Yep. The bass player from The Wonders is Nick Papagiorgio. is Rusty.
Yeah. Nick Papagiorgio. Oh, man. All right.
Zach.
My pick. Okay.
Rap.
So.
Wait, no. He's first?
First rap.
We're all the way there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go. Oh, God. I'm going to go. A ridiculous movie that, like, when I think of this movie, I think of Brad. And you tell me if this is a correct call or not.
I'm gonna put the movie in right now because I think
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
I'm gonna go Con Air.
Oh, I just opened that, dude.
I'm gonna go.
That's not what I thought you were gonna go, but that's all right.
When the criminal plane, like the big, like the luxury criminal plane that they're flying, crashes into the Hard Rock. Or it's actually, I think they're saying that it crashed into the Sands Hotel. I'm not quite sure.
I just put plane crashes on the Strip. If you know Con Air, you know what that scene is.
Yep. Yeah. And that's what I'm going with. I think that's a wild fucking. Just that movie's a wild ride.
Yeah.
And not good. Which is like
chaotic good. It's like
it's like
playing D&D or what?
It's like a, and I mean this with all the love intended behind it, but like it's like the hallmark of like Brad's favorite movies. It's like they're not good, but they're wild rides. You know what I mean? They're all fucking they're all fucking crazy and like wild. But I can't say that I necessarily like love that movie.
Well, what a fucking amazing...
Is that one of your movies, Brad? Like you love Con Air?
It's not. Is it really? I enjoyed it, but I have not watched it in many years. It's not one I jump back to.
I feel like you'd be like, that's one that me and my brother used to watch back in the day.
Dude, but think about the cast of that movie, though.
It's wild.
Fucking Malkovich, fucking Ving Rhames, John Cusack, fucking like there's all these like Buscemi.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's got a lot of people in it. It's kind of wild.
Castor Troy, isn't that his name?
Castor Troy.
No.
Danny Trejo. Is it Ving Rhames?
Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great pick, man. I had it on my list and
it was on my It was one of my third or fourthers for sure.
God, I'm so sorry. I'm the sneeziest motherfucker on the planet right now.
Dude, I talked to like 3 different people today who were talking about, oh my God, my fucking allergies.
It's coming for you. If you got allergies, it's coming for you. And I'm not even really like an allergy I'm not an allergy guy. But it's coming right now.
We laugh at your pain.
I was gonna cry.
We mock your allergies.
Raparito.
Okay. Fuck. I am gonna go. Does the Hoover Dam count as Vegas?
Sure.
We didn't really.
It's adjacent.
Spell that out. Yeah. I say in and around Vegas.
I mean, it's like I think it's like a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, well, I mean, but like pretty much all our picks, we're kind of
we're gonna go adjacent to Vegas. Like we're maybe outside the city limits, but we're in the desert. Is that okay?
Sure. I mean,
I think so.
If you think the judge is going to appreciate that, I mean,
yeah.
all
right, I'll save that one. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna need your help, Brad.
Oh boy, all my picks are like, I feel like it gives you some feeling of being in Vegas.
See, yeah.
What is
the desert, Hoover Dam? Like,
well,
I mean,
no, but here's the thing. So, like,
that's what people do.
We're talking about
Hangover.
We're talking about Hangover, and they make the money exchange out in the desert, but it's part of Vegas. To me, that's
exactly
my
point. I think that's still Vegas. Okay, thank you. Okay,
yeah,
that works.
I'm gonna hold the one that I was thinking of in my pocket. But what the one I'm going to go with is another one of Brad's movies. I'm gonna throw the judge off and go full like Brad movies on this one. So I'm gonna go Very Bad Things. I'm gonna go Ari Gold kills the
dude, you guys
kills
literally
the stripper with like a coat hanger in the fucking or the towel rack in the fucking in the bathroom.
Bangs her up against the wall, and
dude.
he walks away, and she's hanging there.
It's like such a wild, like jarring scene. If you don't, I mean, I guess you kind of like probably saw the previews and knew it was coming, but if you didn't, I think that would be a wild ride.
I don't think I knew going into it.
Dude.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
I knew obviously they were going to get into some shit, but I didn't think that was going to be it, especially the way that it happened.
I think
what's great is they're watching the UFC. They're watching like a UFC, like it's like Randy Couture fighting somebody, and then he jumps through the glass right at the same time as the chick gets her head stabbed. Like it's wild.
Yeah.
I think too. That's a really cool movie, and we watched it, and I can't remember what happened.
It's a basement tape.
Basement tape.
Is it a basement tape?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so it is a basement
What happened?
tape.
We recorded it in my
It
garage.
was to be the first.
We were doing it live together, our first live, and we used Nate's laptop, and somehow we kind of fucked that shit up.
Yeah, it didn't come out, but we recorded a whole podcast on it. But I don't think it'll ever see the light of day.
Yeah.
Do we have half of it?
We have
or?
half of it exists, and the audio is not very good.
Yeah.
We were trying to see like, and and that made us actually decide to buy equipment. So you could actually say Very Bad Things led to BVK having some
It's a
decent audio.
fun. It's a fun movie. If you
So
haven't,
like, we're not going to fuck around and fuck up a pod again. So let's get some real shit.
somebody may have brought it up on last week on fucking movies that you should watch or whatever, fucking streaming recommendations. But it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Very Bad Things. I dig it. Okay. Wow. You took two right off my list that I was looking at as kind of my maybe next pick.
Brad movies was my theme.
It's very nice.
I'm going Star Wars with the next pick.
So there's one I was looking at that I thought you might, when you first started talking, that you might have been picking. And this is actually an early BVK pod. And I'm going to go ahead and take.
Oh, when Willow goes to Las Vegas.
I think that's a basement too as well.
It is, yeah, you're right.
I'm going to go ahead and go with.
I can't
Go.
Go.
Oh,
It's like it's almost like you guys are looking over my shoulder.
And,
That's a great scene, though.
I have two scenes here, and I'm not going to say both of them, but I'm going to say the one I'm going to choose is the hotel threesome in the fire. Like he goes to like there's like a wedding, and he sneaks into the wedding, and then he ends up meeting some girls. They love his accent.
yes.
He takes them up to the room, and then the threesome happens, and they accidentally light the room on fire.
That's right.
And then he has to leave, and it's maybe it's not the most iconic Vegas scene, but it's still very Vegas-y, and it's like what happens, like, oh shit, I ended up at a random wedding, and then all of a sudden these bridesmaids wanted to fuck.
That's again like I remember when we did that movie on the pod, and I just couldn't do nothing but question why Taye Diggs was hanging out with those fucking guys.
that was your great take on the pod for sure.
Oh man, that's great.
They eat a bunch of shrimp and get the shits.
Okay. For my pick.
I put for that one, go hotel room threesome and fire.
Got it.
Yep. Okay. So this next pick, I'm pretty sure that it's been included in at least 2 more drafts, and I don't think it's ever worked out too well. But
I'm looking at this now.
I know that this is a good pick for this draft, because if you're ever going to use it, this is a good one. And I wanted to pick another scene from it that's personal to my heart, but I'm not gonna, and it has a quote that I love from the movie. I've done it many times. But I'm definitely going with pool sex in Showgirls, the most crazy sex scene ever.
That might be the most drafted scene. I know. Out of any movie.
Yeah, Hank, we're going to need some bevermetrics on this.
We'll see if this one actually works out.
It's just at a random motel in Vegas, correct?
It's in Vegas. It's yeah.
Or no, it's at his house.
At his house.
That's right.
Yeah.
He has that pimp house.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
that's right.
Of course, I would like to do the whole quote. It's like
that's right on the stage, man. That's at a Vegas show.
I know, but I don't know how memorable that is compared to the pool sex. So.
Okay, so Showgirls, pool sex. That's what I put.
Yep.
It's 3 words. Showgirls, pool sex. There you go. Nate, you get your final 2 here, man. And you've been studying pretty hard, and we've been stealing left
a
and
lot.
right.
Yeah,
just picking your pockets.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost to the point where I'm a little bit like, can I forfeit these picks?
It's the mirrors on your sunglasses. We can see from your sunglasses. We can see the screen.
All right. So my first one is a little bit of a weird one. So
because it takes place in Atlantic City.
No, I don't think so, but it's possible. I believe this is Vegas. So Demi Moore is shopping in a hotel store, and she sees this beautiful but very expensive dress and runs into this gentleman who then later sends her the dress. Indecent proposal. The dress shopping scene.
And that's when the guy's like, "I'll give you $1 million to bang your wife."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy
Talking to Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
and Woody Harrelson pretends like he has to think about it.
He's like either $1 million bucks.
I don't know, man.
It's like $1 million to bang your wife, or 50,000 if you can dunk on that rim.
Oh wow. We all know Woodrow can't jump. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I love the callback to a decent proposal in Kingpin when what's his face?
Well, because he kind of just nods, right? He's like, "All right."
Yeah, Chris Elliott walks up to Woody. He's like, "I'll give you $1 million. Sleep with your friend." Yeah. Next thing he was like, "You believe that? Oh my gosh!" All of a sudden, it shows him naked, laying on the bed.
Okay. I really feel like I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here, so I'm just gonna scrape.
Great.
Hey, when you've been robbed like 17 times,
Literally
that's what you gotta do.
this tells you a lot about how deep this draft is not.
You could have had a great draft.
I could have if I could have just had
I've got
the
like
first 4
7
picks.
more picks.
Honeymoon in Vegas, the 1992 film where Nick Cage and Sarah Jessica Parker get married. The wedding scene between Cage and Parker in that film.
in which movie?
Honeymoon in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And I literally have no also rants.
I would say that I thought like when they're like planning the heist and they're like all the Elvises are like walking together. But okay.
You know that movie better than I do.
Wait, is Honeymoon in Vegas? And no, that's a different.
you're
That's
thinking of a different
movie.
You're thinking of 1,000 Miles of Graceland.
3,000 miles.
3,000
Oh shit. Okay, never mind. Fuck, that was my next pick.
Okay.
Take it, Scotch.
I was thinking about it.
Do it.
I'm not gonna.
Do it.
Do it. I'm gonna go
Do it.
with the International Man of Mystery. He's playing poker against number 2. And number 2 has the eye patch and he's reading the cards. And he's hitting on a 17. You have a 17, sir. I like to live dangerously. And then Austin Powers. You have a 13. I'll stay. I suggest you hit, sir. I too like to live dangerously. Anyway, I'm going with that one. It's just one of it. It just makes me laugh, and I love it. So,
Is Austin Powers playing blackjack enough?
huh?
Is Austin Powers playing blackjack enough? Description.
Sure. Austin Powers blackjack. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Fuck. My final pick here, and I do have. I'm thinking, and I think I'm gonna do it because Nate kicked out the shit kicker earlier. And instead, I think there's a more memorable scene, which is when you're trying to count the cards and cheat the casino.
Yep. That's
there
the
are
right
consequences, and sometimes it means there's going to be a hammer involved with your hand.
Well, first it's gonna start with a cattle prod.
Oh yeah, first you get the zap on the buddy, and then he's all slobbery, and then the other guy's like, and he's losing his shit.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you can have the chips and lose your hand, or you can walk out here right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all bad.
Yeah, hammering the hand and the whole thing. Yeah, getting caught cheating. Yeah, that's a good scene.
Is it my last pick right now?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go with what I thought the t-shirt should have been.
Okay.
And Scotty, you hit the nail right on the head earlier when you were making your example of what still counts as Vegas. I think when the Dr. Ken Jeong jumps out of the trunk
Yep.
and and just goes absolutely ape shit on them,
Hitting them with a fucking crowbar.
It's like I think that's one of the more iconic scenes from that movie, and it's so funny. It makes me laugh so
You gotta
hard.
fuck on me.
Yeah. He's just
Supposedly,
losing his fucking mind.
So supposedly, him being naked in that scene was totally him. Like Ken Jeong was like, "This is funnier if I'm naked."
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, I think like doesn't Zach Galifianakis even like say something about his dick at some point? Like calls his dick tiny or something like that. I mean, dude, it's so funny.
That might be. I think that's maybe in number 2 because like it gets a lot more play in I think number 2.
But man, it's so funny, and I was oscillating between the one that Scott took earlier, which is the hotel scene, and that one, and I almost took. What's wild is I got it with the last pick. I almost took it number 1. So I guess. Because I wanted to pick a hangover scene, so
Nice.
That's my pick.
All right, that's a great last pick, man.
All right, so the draft is in the can.
Yeah,
and we are going to be back with our good friend the governor, to judge us after this.
Hey, this is Sammy from Barrel Aged Chicks, and I'm here with Yen.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing, Yen?
I'm feeling amazing.
Yes, you are. Well, what we're here to do today is talk about where you can find Barrel Aged Chicks. You can find us on Google Podcasts,
Apple Podcasts,
Spotify,
Anchor,
and Good Pods.
Yep.
On the Barrel Aged Chicks, we have myself, Sammy. We have
Yen,
of course. And then we have Snow, Crystal, and Harley.
Yep.
We enjoy talking about everything from movies to being current moms to being just the ladies of the Barrel Aged Flicks boys and their shenanigans in general.
Please join us without kids. Thank you.
Yes, our podcast is explicit content, so it is definitely not for little ears, but come out, let your hair down, and hear the chick side of things.
Whoop, whoop.
It's a shit show.
Please join us. We need some mom time.
Sabermetrics, YouTube assist. Gonna point out all the shit that we missed. It's the draft judge, crushing dreams once again.
All right, we are back. We are thinking Vegas. We're talking Vegas. We're feeling the lights of Vegas, and we've got our judge here, the Gov.
Good to be back.
So first of all, I want to know, like, when you hear Vegas, what's your first story? Like, what's your relationship? The first story you're willing to share? Like, what do you think of? Like, is there an epic Vegas or a collection of Vegas memories?
So nothing too wild or nothing I'm going to feel comfortable saying on here. But I remember going when I was young and like probably just out of college.
And that was like the old strip, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The new casinos weren't done.
Sorry, I had to,
that was the
I had to get it in.
The new one. No, so I remember like being broke.
Okay.
And loving I grew up playing card games, gambling, like for baseball cards, candy. Like we'd take our weekly allowance down to the local store, buy candy in bettable increments. And so I knew all the card games we played all the time. My parents hosted, our family up and down the street was Saturday night gambling. And so
shout out to our boy Romo, who we played a lot of cards with. We played a lot of him. Rest in peace, Romo.
So it was really disappointing when I was like, I don't have any money.
Yeah.
I remember one time playing blackjack and I was like, well, I have like $20 on me. And 4 hands later, I had $0 on me. And I was like, well, this is not very exciting.
I remember when the Strat had, you could occasionally find a $1 or $2, blackjack game, and I was like, oh, this is the best. I think back sometimes to your point, like there are certain things that, now in my middle age where I have like a little bit of money to be able to spend on things that are, that certainly more than I did when I was 20, 21. There are certain times when I'm like, I envy those kids who have to like don't have any money and they like have the adventures because they're scraping it together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool. I never feel that way about Vegas. I mean, there's something about it that was kind of fun and an adventure, but I'm like, that's one place where I'd rather have more, money to have some fun.
Well, you kind of have to though.
I've
been to Reno and Tahoe 10 times as often as I've been to Vegas because it's a little less expensive. It's, you you go to Vegas and you want to play table games, and the minimums are always crazy, especially any kind of weekend or vacation. So
I mean, even now you go on like a Friday night to Tahoe. The fucking minimum's on that blackjack table is like $25.
Yeah, no, it's
like
gotten
a
worse.
minimum,
Yep.
like the lowest one you can find. And I mean, it just that your money goes quick if you're betting $25 minimums. But I struggle with it because, like Nate's talking about, like a $1 minimum blackjack table.
yeah.
You go,
Dinosaurs,
you go on a
man.
fucking heater, and what do you get? Like $12?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I fucking like I don't know.
Like, I wish I'd been at the $25
Exactly.
table.
Some of my favorite memories playing was in you go to like dirty old Cal Neva back in the day in Reno. They didn't give a fuck what you're doing. Like
Yeah.
we would bet. We were playing $2 blackjack at like noon upstairs, and we're making side bets and prop bets for way more money than we're playing on the table because we're bored, and then we had that's when we had a little more money, and
then
they don't care. You're not supposed to exchange chips at the table with people, and they're like, do whatever the fuck
And
you
then
want.
go get
It's noon on a
$2.99 ham and eggs.
Thursday.
Cal
Yeah,
Neva.
yeah. And they changed it now. It's like they redid it all years ago, and it's aimed at like the college crowd. So like a lot of the space is beer pong
Yeah.
and
Really?
dance stuff. And I was like,
Weird.
How do you
miss
make
the
money
dirty
on beer pong?
They rent. I guess you rent the
Oh, you
table and
rent
play
the
and buy the beer, but the dirty old Cal Neva back in the day was the funnest place to go, and it was just gross and cheap tables. And we were playing blackjack. It was the same time we were doing the prop bets, and my two friends I was with go down the escalator to use the head, and they're coming back to like, dude, fucking Gary Busey was on the elevator, like past us, and we're like, and my idiot friend goes, dude, I loved you in 48 hours.
Oh no!
And they come, and I saw Gary Busey come in, and he sat at the bar with the lady he was with, and they just looked Reno. It was
But
great.
he fit
Reno
right
as
in
fuck.
Reno.
She had a leather jacket with the long tassels.
Oh, that's
And they tell me the
fucking
story.
power.
I'm like, that's Nick Nolte, you fucking drunk idiot. Like, yeah, but he was cool.
All right. So, on the Vegas draft, the most memorable Vegas scene, how did you set up your criteria? Because you have you have a really nice mix of like bonus and elegance in your judging that I want to commend.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
Yeah, so I warned, like, I'm gonna.
Are you
Still kissing up.
Are you mad because I've won 2 in a row?
I haven't seen
I
a shit eating
feel
grin on your face.
I
that
feel
big
like
in
you're mad
a couple
about
of days.
something, and it could be because I won 2 in a row. Anyway,
I'm worried, and I brought it up with a couple of people before this, the taping. Feel free if, as a collective, you decide this is bullshit, we're overriding this, we don't care. And it did impact things. I'm not going to say any more than that. But
Okay.
here it is. So after the last episode I drafted, I think it was the masks, the mask
Right.
episode. And then I know the team 3 just is the crap
yeah.
place to draft. It sucks. Never
tough.
has it ever won. I don't think it's ever won, right?
In 2022,
I
it won
won.
twice.
Was that me both times, or was it? Because I know I've done it. I've done at least one.
It might have been you both.
Historically,
It's been a while.
Barometrically,
been a
the
long
worst,
time.
right?
In
Oh,
three-person drafts, which has happened,
Drastically
it's
the
never
worst.
won. And in this season, it's never won.
Yeah, it's definitely tough.
So I was at my son's sober grad working the craps table the other day, and I thought, man, if you roll a 3 on the come out, 3 is craps, and 3 is crappy if you draft in third spot. In Vegas has some fun cheating scenes and mafia and disreputable behavior. So my first point rule is 3 is craps. We got a point shaving scandal. I'm taking at the end 1 point away from teams 1, 2, and 4. 1 point.
Essentially a handicap.
I don't. And you
I actually love that.
can,
I'm
someone's
on
gonna
board.
hate it.
I'm on board.
Okay. All right.
So you're taking a point away from 1, 2, and 4.
Point
so
shaving scandal.
So pretty much point. So team 3 gets a bonus.
Gets a
No,
bonus.
well, yes,
Well,
they
essentially.
addition by
Yeah,
subtraction.
yeah,
Yeah,
Right. Got it. Interesting. Okay.
deduct 1.
Okay,
I mean,
well, we accept
feel free
this. You're
to
the
feel free
judge.
to get rid of.
You know what? The judge reigns supreme here.
Next, it's in the cards. If there are cards involved in the scene, you get 1 bonus point. I love card games. I love cards. I've been playing cards since I was a small child.
That makes sense. It's a
Love it.
Vegas.
and
Love
Vegas.
that.
Okay.
And lastly, luck be a lady tonight. If I felt that a lady or ladies were either the main focus or one of the primary focuses, I took my 2 craps dice. There were 4 of them. I rolled. If you get a 2, 3, or 12, I'm bringing back the dice from the old Dungeons and Dragons.
I love it.
If you get a 2, 3, or 12, you crap out. You lose 2 points.
Oh shit.
Oh,
If you get a 7 or 11, you get 2 bonus points. Any other number, neutral, nothing.
I love this. This might be my favorite ever.
2 picks
bonus.
were
Oh,
affected. 2 were not affected.
And affected
so
either
good.
positive or negative. We don't know.
We don't know yet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love it.
I'm
so
very
much.
excited.
This is amazing.
This is what the governor brings.
Yeah, this is why you're our ace judge these days.
Oh, man.
You know what? Let me add a bonus point to his team right now.
Hank is over
You're
here.
a king for that.
He's going to figure out every time you draft now, and Hank's judging. He's going to be
Hank's
like
seething.
-5 points for Nate.
You know what? What have you done for me lately, son? Okay. All right.
So good.
Okay. So let's go through the scores as usual. Just give us the scores, no teams.
This one got a little hairy.
Oh, and just to remind our listeners, so then you take our 16.
Yep.
You rank them 1 through 16, and then you give points in reverse order. So
Yep. And then add the bonuses on or take away
Right.
if it.
Right.
So high scores are better, but you kind of reward points disproportionately or in reverse.
And
Okay.
it didn't do much at the top at all. Like it affected things, but the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks did not be affected by anything.
Okay.
in the scoring. Okay, so our 4 scores. There was a tiebreaker I had to settle very unconventionally.
How did you settle it?
I dealt 5 cards to each team, and their
Better
best
poker
5
hand?
card.
Oh God, I love it. I love it so
I mean,
much. This makes me.
This
so
is just next level shit. Right? Hank, are you listening?
Can we talk about? Do you remember the hands?
I can tell you. Ace High won. Ace King 10 5-2 beat Ace. No, Ace King Jack 5-2 beat Ace 10 5-3-2.
tight hands.
Damn, tight.
Tight.
Talk about Rain Man, dude. How do you remember those fucking cards?
They were similar and had similar cards.
Right.
Yeah.
He also, there's no way we could say his line because we haven't seen shit. So he just,
All right, so give us the 4 scores.
Now, was the tiebreaker between last place, second, or what was it? The tiebreaker.
We're going to hear it right now.
Okay, so the original, I'll do it this way. The original scores were 31, 32, 42. No, 31, 32, 39, 42.
Oh God, that's close.
But after the point shaving scandal, we had a tie.
Oh,
That gives away some things.
okay.
Okay.
And that's what the tiebreaker came in and made one team have 32 and the other 31.
Oh.
Okay.
And I
So
just
in
give them
last
away some
place.
information if you're doing your
Right.
Okay.
I can't do math that quickly.
Okay, good.
All right. So in 4th place,
Fourth
with
place
31 points.
With the tiebreaker 31 because of Ace 10
okay.
in the poker hand. Team 4.
Team 4 includes Rain Man, escalator into the blackjack scene, Casino, Rothstein kicks out the shit kicker, Indecent Proposal, Demi Moore buying a dress, and Honeymoon in Vegas, the wedding scene.
I don't care. I don't care.
How the mighty have fallen.
I feel like the judges here have gotten worse by the week.
Can we cue that clip I wanted a few weeks ago?
That I'm
I
good.
just
I don't
think-
care where we finish.
Cue up Nate licking the Gov's asshole in the earlier episode. Telling him he's the best judge that's ever
A lot of
lived.
hokey rules and stuff.
This is some bullshit.
All right, Rain Man, a first rounder.
Cards involved.
Cards involved.
Well, no, not the coming. So this is my question. Like there were things that were different scenes.
I love that. This is a fucking controversy because I thought of this too. Because Nate in the moment was like coming down the escalator playing blackjack, and I was like,
there's a couple here, and I didn't get a hold of you guys, but there's a couple. Like to me, it's the scene, just them coming down the escalator in the gray suits,
Yeah.
not moving into the next thing, or it would have had a card bonus. Because I as an also ran, I talk about, what about Rain Man when he's counting cards and they're going through the whole bit that Hangover riffed off of and things like that. So, but it was number 4 on mine and 4 of yours.
Okay.
Because I cannot be in a casino and go down an escalator, even if it's
Not
dirty old
feeling
Calneva, without thinking of that scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was high. It was
Okay.
Okay.
So next is Casino. Kicks the guy out of the casino.
Casino, I like that. Kicks the shit kicker out, and I counted all the way to where Pesci was beating the shit out of him with the phone after, because it all kind of flowed right into the next. So I don't know I don't know.
When they just headbutt him into the door.
Oh, yeah.
Use his head to get
I
the
want
door.
you to get this house letter, and I want you to use his head to open the door.
So where'd that fall on your? What ranking did they get there?
I put that at 7.
Okay,
So it's actually
And to be clear, you're ranking these based on just our 16
Just your
picks.
16.
So you
Right.
didn't
Right.
make a
Right.
ranking
Nope.
beforehand. I got
Got
you.
it.
okay.
Gotcha.
I decided to go away from.
I'm going to take a guess. Is there a casino scene that might have ranked higher than that?
There is a casino scene that is 1 away from that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It jumped a little bit, I think.
Okay.
It did jump.
All right.
But I like that one where it was.
Indecent Proposal. Demi Moore buying a dress.
See, I didn't remember it, and I watched it, and I was like, ooh, that was an eye-popping performance there. That was nice. It was good.
Yeah.
It was
Pretty
but it was
memorable.
15 out of 16. But I did get the lady luck,
Oh, how'd the roll go?
and I rolled a 7.
Oh, look at that.
So
There
I know
you
it
go.
didn't do too
Winner.
much for you. It went from
Dope.
2 points to 4 points.
Got
But,
you to, got you to
Winner.
fourth place.
Got you fourth place.
salvaged a couple. Got you into the tiebreaker.
I think you should freshen up your gratitude.
I got a
little
bad-
bit.
It did. It got you
I
to the
got a
tiebreaker.
bad
That
beat
could have
over
got you
here.
third.
Gave him the chance.
Damn. Nice try, dude.
And then
Like,
he's got.
it's like hitting again in blackjack. Like you got to be in it at the end. If you bust and the dealer busts, you don't get paid. So
That's
you,
right.
you stayed in it.
I did stay in it. You know what? Moral victory.
a honeymoon,
like,
a honeymoon in Vegas wedding scene.
I really enjoyed that movie. I loved that scene. I loved the flying Elvises. It kind of flowed right into it. I moved that up. I put that at 13.
Oh,
I think it was your overall last pick,
I'll
if
take
I'm
it.
remembering correctly.
You know what I'm hearing is I outperformed my position. That's
Definitely.
sort of what I'm hearing. So.
Did this one get the Luck Be a Lady bonus?
You outperformed your position, so you
No, because it
Picked-
wasn't dominated
you
by
picked
women.
fourth and got fourth place. You're right. Okay, good job.
I outperformed it. Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. All right, so with the tiebreaker, 32 points.
With an ace king.
With Ace King, yeah.
Oh.
It went to the kicker. That would be Team 3.
Team 3 includes The Hangover, Waking Up in the Suite, Swingers, Driving to Vegas, Vegas Baby, Showgirls, Pool Sex, and Austin Powers playing blackjack.
Again,
Show the girls pull sex just is not good luck.
the
on this.
most drafted scene ever on the podcast is the Showgirls pool sex. I don't think you've ever won with it.
I haven't picked it every time. It's been picked by other people.
I've picked it before.
Yeah, Brad's picked it for
picked it
sure.
before,
But I don't think it's one for anybody.
When I think of that scene, I think of you.
well, I love that
And
movie.
Saved by
I
the
quote
Bell.
that movie. Yeah.
I didn't put it on when I drafted most memorable pool scenes, and I believe I talked about how I hated that one. Not as much as Wild Things, but
Showgirls,
Showgirls, God, stupid.
Yeah, but it's
I
memorable.
didn't like Wild.
I
Things?
remember it. No, remember that was my wild card last time. I hated that movie.
Well, I don't pander to judges, so it's
Yeah, you wouldn't do that.
Nobody here paying.
never do that.
We're
It
way
works
above
out
that
really
at this
well
point.
sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh shit. Okay, so the trash hotel reveal in Hangover is the problem. That's not necessarily that you'd pick that scene from the movie, or what do you think of that?
That was my number 2 overall. That
Oh.
was such a
Nice.
good scene.
pick.
Yeah.
I almost made it my top pick overall. I don't want to say it should be, but it very well could be the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
Very well
I
could
agree.
be.
The T-shirt
Love it.
runs strong in this one.
Yeah.
He's
All
like
right.
peeing, and then he turns, and he's like still peeing. Peeing on the side of the thing.
Just what a way to open that movie.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
The camera on Ed Helms' face is walking around, is like just shaking around.
Yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
dazed and just fucked up.
Because we've all been there. We've had that
Yeah.
feeling like, what the fuck is going on? What's happening? So, all right. So then Vegas Baby Swingers.
I love that. I had that at 6 overall. I think that's right.
That's right. Where I picked
One
it.
spot above where you guys had it, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Nope.
Nope, it's
That's
the
6.
6. It was the 6 overall pick. Remember, we're a snake draft.
I know. I tried to type them in based on you. I thought you had that at 7. But anyway, I had it at 6.
That's where I had it. Do I get a bonus point?
No, it's super memorable, and I really like it because it kind of gives you the whole like experience of the excitement and the
Right.
long drive and the
Well, just Vegas Baby.
it encapsulates. And even at the end, they're like, Vegas.
Yeah.
It's in the distance, you know. We're gonna get there before midnight. We're gonna be $500 up before midnight. And at the end, they're just dead tired.
So you hate showgirls. Okay.
I don't like show. Hate's a strong word. I don't like show. Did people? I mean, I
I don't
it
think
got
anybody-
Oh no,
destroyed.
I don't like the movie
critically.
but it's just but that
And I remember the scene.
That scene is ridiculous. It's hilarious to me, and it's super memorable, and that's why we call it
It's
memorable.
more.
Draft.
It's more hilarious by far because it's not meant to be hilarious.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
has
because-
comedic value.
Oh, that
unintentional
movie! That
comedy.
movie was not a comedy, but it's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. And I would love for us to have a screening of it, just because it would be fucking fun.
Maybe we
We've
should
said
do
it
a
so many
live-
times,
a
but
live viewing.
what's the line, Scott? What does he tell her? What does he tell her?
Must be weird not having anybody come on you.
I think you guys would regret that.
So
about
fucking funny.
30 minutes into the movie.
I feel that's a legacy from The Silence of the Lambs. I think actually.
Oh yeah, that's also
That's
a
a
connection.
callback. That's a callback.
Clarice's
yeah.
sister.
That movie was seriously influenced by Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Okay, and then Austin Powers blackjack scene.
It's funny. It's funny. It's short. It's quick. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's number 16 on my list.
Oh,
Yeah, that killed me.
It was a killer.
That's
It was a
deep.
killer.
All right, so the top two teams were separated 41-42, is that right?
no, there was a bigger
38-41.
space.
38-41. Okay, so with 38 points,
I can't remember what pick I had.
First up,
Some of the awards show they hold hands. Zach and I are holding hands right
Scotch Beck, too, likes to live dangerously with those picks. So our second place team with 38 points, team 1.
I think that's me.
now. Team 1 included Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Raul Duke, Lizard People and Moving Floor, Con Air, Plane Crashes on the Strip, Very Bad Things, Stripper Killed in the Suite, and The Hangover, Mr. Chow Jumps Out the Car and Beats Ass.
So I felt really good about that team. I really did.
I think Fear and Loathing was a reach at 1.
My third
it's
overall
just-
pick.
Okay.
Ooh, I like it. It is,
So that was the
it's
part-
a classic.
that was
It
the
is-
part that I was like, fucking, that's what lost it for me. But now I'm confused.
What was it? What was your number 1?
My number 1 was the Bellagio Fountains post heist.
Oh, okay.
The Claire de Lune.
Got it.
Oh,
Like
the part where they just stand there and look
I
at the
can-
fountains. Yeah,
I have to go look at the fountains
Yeah.
every time, and I think of that scene every time.
Really?
I always
really
imagine like,
memorable
dude,
scene.
like Matt
But it's one of the most
Damon and
memorable things when
Brad
you go to
Pitt,
Vegas
We're all
to see.
standing there.
yeah. Oh no, I mean,
Yeah. I don't remember the
in
heist. or
some
anything.
ways, I think of the Bellagio Fountains as the epicenter of Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You know, it's just you see it from so many of the spots. You walk past it because it's sort of in the center. It's like
It's like
majestic.
it's like the beating heart of
It's
Vegas.
the beating heart of Vegas.
Yeah.
Don't get Roman. Don't go.
guys
Don't
I'm going to come back to that in a
me.
sec, too.
Okay.
Okay.
Con Air plane crash.
What about my shit team?
Connor, I had it 5 overall,
God, okay.
but it's your third and fourth pick kind of fell.
How the fuck did I lose?
Your third and fourth
Have
pick.
you seen Very Bad Things?
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time. I could not remember. I could tell you everything that happened, but I couldn't visualize the scene. So I had to go back and watch it.
God.
It's been a long. I don't think I've seen it since it was fairly new-ish.
Brad made me watch it again. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and Brad made me watch it again. And I was
that's-
like, this is a great fucking movie.
That's one that moved.
It's crazy.
It's so ridiculous, and there's so many dumb, over-the-top things that are cool, shocking to the age I was at when I saw it. But your third and fourth pick were 11 and 12. Although I will say your 11 pick, The Very Bad Things, the lady was the bogus,
There you go, extra points.
and you rolled a 7. You got the 2 bonus.
Fuck. And I still lost.
Well, it was a low
Ha-
score, but it got the bonus.
What was the difference between third place and second place?
It was like 4 points.
The 4. That was
No,
that
third
would
and second?
yeah. That wouldn't be that
7-point difference.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
Or 6 point
okay.
after the
I was just
tiebreak.
curious if that would have made the difference. Lucky Roll would have got
Yeah.
it or whatever. I wanted to mention Con Air. Before that movie came out, I hadn't even heard of it or whatever. I was actually in Vegas on a trip, and the whole set, that plane was actually crashed into this hotel that they were
Mirage, I think it was.
demolishing.
It was the
Yeah.
sands,
And-
right?
and that
They were
was-
gonna demolish it anyway.
and I'm-
Yeah, there was
So-
one. They took
Something like
advantage
that.
of that.
Yeah.
So we were walking down the street, like going, dude, what the fuck is this? And
That's
they had
tight.
a cop car sitting out there, and the whole set was all set up in this plane. Just
That's
sitting
pretty.
there. It was
That's pretty cool.
I wonder what the budget was on that. And you rewatch that scene, it's crazy. And like, you don't think CGI is so great then, but
Yeah.
it's a big scene. Like,
Is it Michael Bay? Did he do
it felt like it.
Con Air? I think he did.
That seems like one
Sounds
of his
about
type
right.
of movies.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll Google that right now.
All right, so we're talking about Vegas here, and what I've heard so far is that I definitely gave a point away, and a lot of people got extra bonuses, and yet there's a team that
I
came out
wanted
on
to hear
top.
the reasoning behind your.
There's a team
your
that came out on top. And
You got
that's-
Bellagio, right?
That's team 2. So it has Ocean's 11, the Bellagio Fountains post heist scene, Vegas Vacation, Clark versus the Blackjack Dealer, Wallace Shawn,
That's a good scene.
Go, the hotel room threesome and fire, and Casino, Blackjack Cheaters, and Hammer Time.
I thought that might be Zach because I've not seen Go.
Oh, that's a
And
that's
I
an
watched
old.
I watched a lot of it today, and I watched
Good
that
movie.
scene. It was really enjoyable what I watched.
It's our 4th ever episode was Go.
Yep.
your team scored pretty tough. It was good. Obviously, it won. But your was Clark your second pick?
That was my second pick.
That was your fourth in point value. And this is my question. So I forget the guy's name. He's playing against the guy.
What's Wallace Shawn? Yeah.
The inconceivable guy.
Bassini, yeah.
But it's multiple scenes. He comes back.
Right.
So I watched like a compilation, but I'm like, does this count as one scene? Because it's a recurring thing. And to me, that was your fourth of your four. You blew it. And luckily it didn't cost you.
Damn.
How do you not
blow my second pick?
No.
Win,
you could have destroyed this draft.
Blew my second pick and still destroyed.
How in Vegas Vacation do you not pick when he goes to the? This is not a regular casino, Clark, and it's guess a number.
Yep.
Flip a coin.
And this is where
that's the funniest fucking scene I think about all the time. War.
This is where I overthought it because he'd already picked something from that movie. That's what I was going to pick with my last pick. And I was going to go with the stupid casino. It's really high. Cheapo Casino is what it's called.
Cheapo Casino.
And dude, that
way better.
Thing is so
and the other one's multiple scenes, multiple times.
So the funny thing is, I was actually going to pick a totally different scene and didn't pick it. I was going to pick the buffet scene because it's such a gross buffet, and buffets are kind of like so like iconic for Vegas. So
the actor in yours, even though it was a bunch of different scenes, he had some great lines. His facial expressions were awesome. He's like, they moved the minimum to $10, and he only has a $5 chip left. He goes, "Well, what can I do with $5?" He said, "Buy a bullet and rent a gun." It was.
And then he walks up with all his money. He's like, "Why don't you just give me half of it? And I'll take you out to the parking lot."
Yeah.
Real quick to finish up Con Air. Simon West was the director on that.
Oh shit!
And it
wasn't Michael Bay.
Probably produced by Michael Bay.
He did Laura Croft and The General's Daughter, and that's
anyway. So then the next would be Go, the hotel room, like you said. You recently watched that.
Great scene. I love. He crashes the wedding. He's in the threesome.
I love it. He eats the shitty cake and immediately spits it out and grabs champagne.
But the one girl's kind of laying there, kind of naked, and I don't know if she's passed out or just taking a breather. But the other girl's riding him, and he's all happy. And he looks over and he sees all the flames going up the curtains, and he's like,
"It takes him a while."
No, it ain't. No, he didn't even. He's like, "Oh, that's cool." And he goes back to looking at the girl and getting into the moment. And they didn't snap out of it till the fire alarm started going. Like they saw the fire, but the fire alarms was like, "Wow, shit."
Yeah,
that was really cool.
There's some good Vegas scenes in that, and then Casino. Is this the correct pick? You said it's one behind.
I had the Cheaters and Hammer Time at 8.
Okay,
and I had Rothstein kicking out the shit kicker at 7. Because that to me, it was at an age where you were learning about Vegas and the background, and my dad would reference that scene like, "Don't ever try to fuck around a casino or cheat or do anything stupid like that's serious business." And to see the mob.
Movies do a good job of kind of hammering that point home, right? Like where you can watch a bunch of like Vegas movies and then you realize like, oh, they don't take kindly to that shit.
No, not at all.
What do you think about? Do you think there's any chance that Vegas pays movies to portray it that way more than it even is, just as a good investment? Like
a quid pro quo access kind of thing.
I mean, even
wouldn't shock me.
Even like strip clubs, I feel like they definitely fuck around at a strip club. Go has a great fuck around at a strip club and find out movie.
Shoots Victor in the arm. Yeah. That's good. That was good.
Spearmint Rhino is a silent partner in Go.
They don't fuck around.
Well, I need to get back on the W board, and I need to get ahead of Nate. So this was
well, you broke the streak. That's all I care about, and we don't have to listen to him. Fucking
yeah.
That's I'll probably ride my 2 wins for a while.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
We've got some good.
It's not going to end much, but
we've got some good talking to do.
I enjoy getting last or third more because then all the anticipation when there's only 2 teams left and it's one of yours and then you don't win, you're like, it's kind of fucking devastating.
What that sounds like to me is like somebody who just got third or fourth.
I got second.
I will say you guys having to keep a straight face and read the teams when it's I'm either in first or when I'm in last, especially it's so I try to keep the sorrow.
You're
out of
really
my
good
voice.
at it. You're really good.
All right. So how about we talk about the next segment here? Let's do this.
How the fuck could we miss that one? I just don't understand. It's our also ran. You idiots.
I feel like maybe there's more Elvis based Vegas stuff that we missed out on?
I did too.
3,000 Miles to Graceland was the one that I thought of that I almost picked. With the heist at the beginning of that movie.
Okay.
And if you guys haven't seen 3,000 Miles to Graceland, it's not a great movie, but if you like Courtney Cox, she's never been hotter in her life than that movie.
Really?
Courtney Cox is just a smoke show.
Long hair Courtney Cox, short hair Courtney Cox?
She's got long hair.
Okay, well, then,
yeah.
Going back to Honeymoon in Vegas, I think I might have seen something that said that Bruno Mars is a Elvis impersonator in Honeymoon in Vegas.
Bruno Mars is like 4'9".
Dude.
Yeah.
Wait,
He like
Honeymoon
a-
in Vegas? Bruno Mars, wasn't he like 5 years old or something?
I don't know. That's what I read.
That movie was a long time
Or is 3,000 Miles to Graceland more recent?
Well, Bruno Mars was
both
like a child performer, so maybe he was like a little kid doing that.
Like Baby
remember
Elvis or
small-
something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
He needs some better sources. On
Dwarf
Okay,
Elvis.
I read some shit sometimes, and I skip past it, and then it
I don't know
pops back
shit.
in.
I don't know shit about shit, but it seems weird.
Yeah, I like to do that too, Brad. I like to skim past something, not really get the gist of it, and then say it as if it's a fact on the podcast.
Hey.
That's definitely one of my favorite things to do.
Gov, what are some of the things we missed, man?
The irregular casino we talked about already. Vegas Vacation. I like the Papa Giorgio stuff. You know, when he has the
I
fake
love
ID.
that.
Was,
Nick Papa
that was really fun. If I'm gonna pick a Mr. Chow scene, it was a toss up, but I think I go with Hangover 3 and the jumps out of
Oh,
his
see, I haven't seen
penthouse,
that. Is
and
it
he's
good?
parachuting and.
But is that Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on
Okay.
the strip. And
I
it's
never
a
saw-
long
I
chase
never saw the
scene where
third
they're
one.
So the sequels are
coordinating.
worth watching. I didn't see
Oh
either.
yeah, Hangover 3 is back in Vegas, and that scene is it might be the more popular Chow scene. I think if you ask,
You're the
People that
first
have seen
person
it.
I've ever heard say that Hangover 3 is worth watching.
I enjoyed it.
It's not
I
bad.
enjoyed it.
No shit.
I did.
I like 2 less.
I mean, you don't have the impact when you watch
Well, two was the one in like Bangkok or something,
yeah,
right?
Bangkok.
Yeah.
Thailand. Yeah.
I didn't see either of them.
What else did we miss?
Okay, so I separated the counting card scene in Rain Man. What that may be an injustice. Nate can file an official protest on that. The car chase on the strip in Jason Bourne, the Jason Bourne movie,
Yeah.
really
Called
good,
Jason Bourne.
really
That's
good.
Yep.
Maybe a couple scenes from old Bond, like Diamonds Are Forever. There's a
Yeah.
fun crap scene. There's a fun car chase.
There's a poker Bond movie, but I don't think
Yeah,
it takes
it's
place in
Montenegro,
Vegas.
though. It's
Okay,
not
there you
Vegas.
go.
I thought of Casino Royale, even the newer one.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's
with
in-
Daniel Craig, right?
It's not in Vegas though.
How about Ocean's 13 when they're actually doing the takedown and all the money is like they all have number signs above and that's how much they're winning because they've rigged all the games so that all the players will win. What about that scene?
I didn't think of that, but I do like that scene.
I thought about. I mean, I wasn't going to do it because obviously I had a winning team already.
God, how many? Again, how many
Ocean's
Oceans
13.
movies are there?
There's 3 and 12 is in Europe.
There's 4.
Well, 4 technically.
Okay, 4 is the
Jesus
original.
Christ.
Yeah.
Well, no,
No.
didn't they do
No.
a remake
Ocean's
with the
Eight.
Ocean's
ladies?
Eight.
Oh, Ocean's 8. So there's actually been 5 essentially.
Yeah, the original Oceans, but that's not. We don't count that. It was old.
What do you mean? I remember watching it in
Came out
at the drive-in.
Came out when Gov turned 33.
I had to turn the handle on my movie player at home to watch it. Tick, 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 tick.
On your picture box.
Play a separate audio at the same time and line it up.
What about the rooftop shots on the Hangover where they're actually up there just looking out over the strip?
Yeah,
Well,
those are really cool.
I
There's
had-
a lot, but to see, The Hangover was such a fun, like, shocking movie when it first came out, and it's all in Vegas, and every scene. There's so many scenes that are funny or quotable, and
Yeah.
Well, I had
It's hard to pick the top ones.
The Wolfpack speech was
Yeah.
my second one that I thought
when he reveals that he gave him all roofie.
or Black Doug.
Black Doug.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That's a good mix-up.
Tyson, all the Tyson scenes.
The Mike Tyson scenes.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. That ends in Vegas, and the kid takes the hard rock guitar off. I mean, it's Honey. Yeah, Honey, I Shrunk. Honey.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
So
Okay, I did say it right.
So one thing we
Yeah.
kind of discussed was like Vegas and then Vegas adjacent. We talked about
The outskirts of town
yeah,
or whatever.
and so one that I'd considered was also from Casino, and that was when Joe Pesci took the baseball bat.
Oh yeah,
And during his voiceover and his brother and what got to watch his
That
brother
was-
get buried alive.
that was brutal. Yeah, and it's somewhere like he used to reference like you're gonna end up in. I think he told the shit kicker, "You end up in a hole in the desert."
Right.
And
Yeah.
God, that's a fucking amazing pick. I mean, I think that ranks high. If we
Yeah,
pick
it would
that.
have been good.
Yeah.
And when I think it was in Vegas Vacation when the kids go out to like the sign graveyard. I forget what they call it, but all the neon signs.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
cool, and they're hanging out on them. And I don't know if there's any movies where they have like the atomic. They do the testing on the stuff out there, but that's kind of out there too.
What?
Go ahead, Nate. Go ahead.
What about this is sort of like not quite. This is more in Vegas, but what about the Mo Green scenes in Godfather?
Yeah, that could have been up there, but it's not like
it's not classic. I mean, you don't.
If I'm giving you my best scenes from The Godfather, is Vegas jumping up in the top?
And I mean, it could be sort of anywhere, so it's not as important.
That'd be tough. Yeah.
There's two iconic things that kind of like are connected with Vegas as well is big shows and sporting events. What about Rocky IV, Drago, Apollo? I mean, that's a big fight night in Vegas, and I mean, with all the with him coming down with the music and living in America and all that stuff, like
memorable. I'm not.
I didn't think about boxing movies. There could be a few, like Great White Hype was in Vegas, and there could be some scenes from that movie. But
I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't have said with 100% certainty that it was in Vegas. I mean, I probably would have assumed, but I don't remember specifically.
It doesn't scream Vegas necessarily.
No. Yeah. I mean, they say, MGM Grand, but that's about it.
But it would have made me think, I could have done something.
Or then Now You See Me, which is the I mean, that's a big magic show in Vegas. They have the big crowd, and they're like entertaining the crowd. And so something like that could have maybe been.
So obviously, you did not like my Austin Powers pick. I was going to pick a different one from just right after that was when he's in the bathroom and Tom Arnold's next in the stall next to him. Who does number 2 work for? It's like, give that turd hell, buddy. We'll get through this.
Grab the rail, bite your lip, and give her hell.
Cheer them on. That is a classic.
So I almost went with that one instead. Would that have helped? Maybe. Not really. It would have got a laugh.
It's a great scene and just not a Vegas.
I know.
But I laughed out loud when I watched the Austin Powers blackjack scene.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. It didn't.
Yeah. I was going for the laugh on that.
It busted.
Whatever.
Con Air, they took down a hotel, but Scotch, another one of your favorites, they took down a hotel. Jack Nicholson giving his speech in his casino, and then
Mars Attacks.
Yep.
That's right.
Danny DeVito gets like liquefied or some shit, right?
Danny DeVito in that?
I think Danny DeVito gets killed in the Vegas scene in Mars Attacks.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Maybe
It's been a while.
Yeah,
God, it's been a
I haven't
while.
seen that forever, but I know Nicholson. He's giving like his little speech, and then all of a sudden the casino just gets obliterated.
Yeah.
But it was an actual casino that they actually were destroying at that time.
Oh,
So,
really? Nice.
Another one of those real.
So that's a fucking trend. They're like, oh, you're gonna ruin a casino? Let's fucking.
it's probably to pay
film
off
a
their
movie
last
scene.
debts. They're like, fuck, can we like sell this off to some movie and blow that shit up for them?
Makes sense.
So it's a deeper. Our going to the also rans it made it a little deeper category than I thought it was.
Yeah.
It felt hard. This felt like
I
a
think
hard
it felt
draft.
hard. I think there's probably ones that like if people listen or if we like revisit this, we'll be like, I can't believe we didn't think of this. You know what I mean?
Post some on the socials because this is
Yeah.
when let's see. Show up on our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter.
Call us idiots.
Call us idiots. We
Compared
love
to
it.
the masks draft that we may or may not have already done, this was very shallow.
We already did it.
Yeah, okay. Compared to the mask draft we already did, very shallow.
I don't even remember who won that one either.
I don't.
Why'd you open that
it's
fucking
so,
door?
So
Why'd you open that door?
So long
Shit,
ago.
that was me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Nick.
won that one. That was my second in a row when I won that.
I already forgot that Brad won this one, and he hasn't even gloated at all or anything. He's just got a big fucking grin.
He's got a
on
grin.
his face.
I'm just enjoying it. I'm taking
Nate,
in the vibes.
where'd you finish in this one?
I don't think anyone. I don't even.
It was so long
I
ago.
don't remember.
They announced
Team 4,
They
wait.
announced fourth
I
place.
think, yeah.
It was a
fourth,
close
a long time
Or
ago.
something with the number 4.
He does.
close.
He has a strong case for a protest on this one.
Yeah, well,
Agreed.
There was cheating involved.
just check your
Well,
inbox.
too bad
okay?
he's drinking grenadine and not having an opinion.
Yep, sir.
All right. So that was the Vegas draft. I believe that next one is Sandlot.
I believe so. I think
And,
we're just about to hit 4th of July.
Yeah, so it's going to be, we're kind of hitting a 4th of July themed movie. That's, I think, clearly the top 4th of July movie. And so we're going to deliver you some Sandlot. We've got a great special guest that you're going to want to check out and make sure you catch up with.
Grab yourself
Yes,
a hot
please.
dog,
One of the main characters from
Some
the
chaw.
movie.
Get your
Yeah.
a nice big jib.
some Red Man, some fucking hot dogs, a fucking automatic weapon to fire in the air as soon as the clock strikes 7
I love
or
it.
whatever time people shoot guns in the air.
It's 7.
It starts July 3rd and
Dude,
July
literally,
7th.
where we
fireworks
live,
go forever.
Nate can attest to this, and it's probably the same where you live, Brad, and you guys all know this. It literally feels like a war zone
Oh,
where
yeah.
we live on the 4th of July.
Guns.
It's
I think-
fucking, guns, just the big like explosive fireworks that go off in the air. Like it is fucking
The
gnarly.
mortar launch.
Yeah.
My idea was when the pandemic hit in 2020 and so Disneyland shut down, they had all these fireworks that they had to offload. I think they were just selling them out of the back of Disneyland because it felt like that next year
They were driving them straight to the
everybody
Central
was
Valley.
exploding everything in the sky, and it was just like
I think
everywhere.
they shipped them all to Hickman because that shit's blowing up out where I'm by.
It
I can
goes
see
so
that.
They do
wild.
it for days now.
And
It's
from-
not even
Oh,
on the
man.
day.
From my house, you can sit in my court and see like a 360 view of the sky, and it is fucking lit up for hours, dude.
Yeah.
And my dogs are just losing their fucking minds, dude.
Yeah, it's
America, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
The SPCA is not happy.
No.
SPCIA? Oh, the
Yeah, the undercover,
Secret doggies.
the undercover dog organization. Yeah.
A lot of dogs lost on 4th of July. It's
Yeah.
like the Memorial Day of 4th of July, of dogs.
it's not great.
Yeah, we took a moment of silence for all the dogs before we shoot our guns in the air. Okay, cool.
Let's take out that reference.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like talking about. I don't like equating dogs
Sorry.
dying on
Sorry,
4th of July
sorry.
to Memorial Day.
That's your line.
Huh? That's my line.
That's your line.
That's my line.
I love that we found Jack's line. Not where I expected to find it, but okay. All right. Well, that is the Vegas Draft Gov. Thanks as always.
Yeah, you did a
for
good.
some-
You did a good job.
Dude,
You
I'm looking
picked
at
the
those-
wrong winners, but
You
it was-
did a shit job today,
Yeah.
but we just appreciate the participation.
I'm looking at those
So,
dice, and I do you want to go gambling right now? I think
do.
we're both feeling lucky.
Let's just throw
Govs. Let's go.
I
Let's
see
just
a
go.
wall. Let's throw some craps.
Throw all the
If I
bones.
throw a
Oh,
7
yeah.
right now, it means I won.
That's a 6.
You're done. Bye
Let's see.
bye.
I'm feeling a little lucky here. How about
Ooh, that's an 8.
That's an 8.
Hey, we're
close.
So the two that didn't get the bonus, they rolled a 10
It's
and
over.
an 8. By the way, that was
Okay.
pool sex, showgirls 8, hotel room threesome. I wanted that to win, but got a 10.
minutes?
All right. That's Bev's Video Kingdom. That's our draft.
Bye bye.
I wanna be at Beverly's, bringing me home with my movies, just a blind by, no reason why. I love this scene. Nate Scott, I can brag your favorite podcast. Let's start this